Alright, well, first of all, sorry for the background noise if you hear any. I am in the middle of a big print. Speaking of the big print, so I was trying to print this thing. It is the biggest print I've ever done in my life, and it is the most complicated as well. And as you can see, halfway through the middle of it, the printer just stopped. It just stopped. It didn't. It just stayed like this. So basically, I went to Octoprint, and well, this is the current printing status. But what happened, it was I was getting this weird error. It was saying this communication timeout while printing, trying to trigger response from printer. Configure blah 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 blah. Basically, I looked it up, and what was happening was that the Raspberry Pi wasn't receiving an OK from its commands from the printer, which meant that it was not moving forward with it. And what I did was this: I went back over here to settings, and I increased the communication timeout from 30 seconds to 60 seconds. I also went over here to the G-code viewer and checked what layer it was, where it stopped, and the height, and all that. And then I stopped the print, stop the connection, restart the connection. And what I did was I went back to my originally sliced file here, and I'll show you what I did. So I opened it in my text editor. And this is G-code. I am very, very, very new to this stuff. I usually don't mess with it, but this time I had to. So basically, what you see over here are like the beginning settings, right? Like, set the temperature and zero it out. So G, this means move it and to the zero position. So this is zeroing it out. Then this is the part where it raises and drops the head for a second, and then it starts the layers, right? So what we had to do is go over here and look for the layer that you stopped at, right? So this is the layer, that the last layer that was printed, and luckily it just stopped before it actually started this print. If not, it would be a good idea to start in the middle of like where the infill is. So you would have to go here and see which coordinate that is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select everything from before that. So select this line and go all the way back up and delete the first layer, up until like the first layer. So we're going to delete that, right? So now we're starting here at the 325th layer. And what you can see here is it says start at the 325th layer, and then extrude a little bit, and then move to this X and Y point and Z. It's going to this height. Now, an error that I run into when I just cut this and I went straight into it and tried to run it, but the problem was it moved in a diagonal line from the home point to this spot, but that already had a print there, so it crashed into the print, and luckily I was able to like cancel it before it did any like damage, but the steppers did like skip a little bit. So in order to fix for that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over here, and after it gets homed, we're gonna do this. We're gonna I'm just gonna copy this, paste it, and we want the printer to move this fast. I think F is how fast you want it to move, and we don't want these coordinates. We want it to go to the Z 32.8 millimeter height. So it's going to go there vertically, and then it's going to move here, and that way we avoid hitting it. So you save this, and then you take it back to the to your Octoprint or whatever software you're using to print, and take the printer to temperature. Oh, also make sure to turn on the fan. If you're using PLA and you're going to use a fan, turn on the fan while you're printing it. And then that's it. Now, I'm in the middle of doing this rescue, and we'll see how that turns out. Hopefully well. Alright guys, so this is the result of it. I'm going to spare you the details, but I mean, this is the Labrador Retriever by Scampo, and this is the Growth Apple Watch stand by Gotham Pixel. I'm basically just making a gift for someone. The problem that I ran into, I mean, I had a couple, right? And like, number one, you saw the spaghetti in the video, and that was because instead of using the normal Cura supports that I usually do, I decided to give it a shot with the mesh mixer supports, which supposedly come off way easier and use up less material, which they do, and they did, and in fact they came off so easy that they actually came off while it was printing, and that's why you had a bunch of the spaghetti over here and in the mouth. But I mean, I printed this at like 0.1 millimeters and with 1.5 millimeters shell thickness, so I think didn't really have that much problem with the supports. I mean, as you can see, the print is very, very detailed. Now the problem was, you know, that rescue thing that we were talking about. When I restarted the print and it rehomed, when it came back, it didn't come back exactly to the same spot. It seems like it was shifted by a millimeter on the x-axis. So you can see it's a little shifted. Still, I mean, it looks really nice. I'm probably gonna have to. I mean, I'm gonna give it away like this, but in the future, something to keep in mind. Anyway, thanks. Hope this was useful. If you like this or any of my other videos, please check out my GoFundMe campaign. All the proceeds go towards my education. You can click here for that. Or, if you want, you can do it through PayPal in the description below. Speaking of that, don't forget to check out the description below for relevant links and important details. While you're down there, make sure to leave me all your comments, questions, or suggestions so I can keep making better content for you. Finally, make sure you click that thumbs up and share it with anybody that you think would be interested. And subscribe if you haven't done so yet. You can click over here for other videos and playlists that you might find interesting. See you next time.